Aloha, hello, hola, greetings, sláncha, as they say in Ireland. As you can probably tell, I'm not in Ireland with that blue sky and palm trees. I'm in beautiful, sunny southern Spain, Andalusia, and I was inspired to connect with you today because it's the first day of spring. And because I wanted to connect heart to heart, human to human with all of you empaths and sensitives and light workers, because I feel ya, I love ya. What are light workers, empaths, sensitives? They're these beautiful beings that are the kind of forerunners that have come to this planet to make the changes, to work literally with planet Earth to raise its vibration, and the difficult job that it is to start creating a new paradigm. And often empaths and light workers and sensitives give themselves a really hard time because they think they've always got to get it right and they've got to be perfect, and if they muck up they really, kind of beat themselves up. I know I'm talking from greetings from the Himalaya mountains. I love that. Greetings to the Himalayas. The Himalayas are actually calling me. So, today I just really wanted to reach out. We have, as I said, the first day of spring. And what that might do is it can bring up feelings of sadness, grief, anger, frustration. Because literally what happens in spring is the energy rises, and being sensitive, not only are we dealing with our own emotions, but we're often dealing with all of the emotions of other people as well. People that might not realize that, they've got all of these painful emotions going on, and because they don't feel them, unfortunately, many of us have chosen to feel these emotions for them, to feel grief and sadness and all of that. So not only are we dealing with our own emotions, but we're dealing with other people's emotions as well. So this is just it's really just a little hug, it's an etheric hug to you all, and to say you've got this. And if you are experiencing what some call a dark night of the soul, or a depression, or feeling you just don't want to go on, or this like it's all too much, I've got Jerry's 3 tips for you to just encourage you and to reach out to you and go, it's okay, And the first one is this too shall pass. This too shall pass. The hard times not only do the hard times never continue, but often what's happening when we're having a hard time is that we're either not feeling or ignoring the emotions, which kind of make them worse, or even worse than that, what can often happen is that we're telling ourselves bad things about ourselves because we're feeling grief or sadness or whatever. And actually, that can often be where most of the pain and suffering is, what we're telling ourselves, even if we're physically ill, what we're telling ourselves about what we're going through. Just being offered some sunglasses, no thank you. No thank you. Anyone for sunglasses? So, that's the first thing, this too shall pass. And the second thing is that I just want to point something out to you, because I recently experienced tough times. Yes, I'm human, I'm real. One of my challenges is to be vulnerable and real, and of course we all experience tough times, and I want to hold up the torch for showing on social media that obviously life is not all rosy. You know, we're often seeing the rosiness of everyone else's lives on social media and thinking that's an accurate reflection, and it's not, you know. And I know you know that, but it's just good to just point that out. I know I go into my cave when I'm kind of, you know, having a tough time. But the second thing that I wanted to share is that you're moving up to the next level of your consciousness, okay? New light, new wisdom, new learnings are coming in. And because they're not in harmony with your density, your sadness, your grief, etc., that needs to be felt. It needs to come up. It needs to be shown. It needs to. I mean, honestly, it's like smacking you in the face sometimes. You know, it needs to come up to be released, because as you move into a higher level of consciousness, and what I mean by that is literally a higher vibration, more happiness, more abundance, more joy, more love, more of what you love in your life. These negative feelings are not a match for that, and there's nothing wrong with them, but they need to come up to be released. So one of my exercises that I share is, you know, you've got to feel it to heal it, which doesn't allow the mind to come in and analyze or control or, you know, try and change or judge you for having the feelings that you have. It's just about simply feeling them. You've got to feel them to heal them. And I will actually film a separate video on how to do that. I might put a little link. You're so welcome. I might put a little link to an old Facebook Live that I did, where I actually go through the process of, you know, the feel it to heal it, so that you can transmute any of these emotions that come up. So that's the second thing I want to share. It's like all that's happening is that you're coming up to a new level of consciousness, and what's not in harmony with that light you, that light body, that beautiful spiritual being that you are having a human experience, what's not in harmony with that is being released, okay? The third thing I want to share, and this is the yippee, the learnings. You're going to be such a different person the other side of this, you know, if you are going through a tough time, you know, if you just, you know, bear this in mind in the future, if you ever go through a tough time, you're going to be a different person the other side of it. You're going to have more learnings, you're going to have more strength and wisdom, because you've worked through it, you've stayed alive, you've grown, you've transmuted, you know, those feelings, whatever they were for you, into your power, into love, and also your heart is going to be so much bigger. Your heart is going to be bigger. You're going to have more compassion for yourself. Hello, Dublin. You're going to have more compassion for yourself and for other people. Like, literally, your heart is just going to be ginormous, okay? So it will be worth it. You know, one of the things that I have found in the past that has helped me is just to think, okay, one more hour, one more day, you know, and you know, obviously sometimes you just want to cry, sometimes you just want to you know, hide under your duvet, but you know, as much as you can, get out in nature. It's just a natural healer. There's so much to look at and be grateful for, and that's another thing that's obviously really good, is to just be grateful. Like, just the fact that maybe you have eyelids, or you know, all the things you're grateful for, it just raises your vibration. Alright, so I just wanted to share that today, because I know from the emails I've been getting that, you know, a lot of people have been going through tough times, and as I said, I know I have. That's me being transparent and vulnerable, because you know, it makes me a good coach. Blowing my own trumpet there, because I go through these times and I learn, and you know, what I learn I share. And you know, also look out for other people as well. You know, often the people with the brightest smiles and the sunniest outlooks, and you know, they might have it all together. Everything looks like it's going amazingly in their life. They can also be, you don't know what people are going through, you know. So I'm sending you a big hug. I love you loads, and have a really good, beautiful rest of day. Aloha.